call me Hot Rod. Everybody knows it. I don't have to say what I am, because I've done it. That's the difference between you and me. You talk about it, I do it.
You will know that your ass is mine, and that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
Yes, sir. Welcome to the Eastside Dave and Son Wrestling Show, baby. Come on, brother. Come on, daddy. Oh, from the top of the mountains to the bottom of the canyon, daddy. You have
the Midnight Rider.
Yep, Midnight Rider. Midnight who?
Midnight Rider.
I have never heard of that person before, ever. From the top of the mountains to the bottom of the canyons, daddy, I have rolled across this fine desert island just to get to where I am today. And that is July 9th, 2007. Yes, sir, daddy.
Guys, give me a heck yeah if you think Daddy's Midnight Rider. Heck yeah!
I don't know who this Midnight Rider person is, but I can tell you that I am so excited for Great Balls of Fire on this July 9th, 2017. And of course, you're listening, Daddy, to the Eastside Dave and Son Wrestling Show. My name is Eastside Dave. With me, as always, my legendary partner, the greatest wrestling analyst in the business. That's right, his name is Stanley Mac. Stanley, say hi, baby.
Hi, and I like to be cozy.
Okay, Stanley likes to be cozy. My name is Daddy. Hey, a special show.
And my name is Cozy.
And Stanley, his name is Cozy. Why? Because we're on the couch here with a blanket on us because we keep the air conditioning on 28 degrees below Celsius. We like to have our air conditioning on Hoth temperatures. In fact, I think I just saw a tauntaun walking by right there, and oh my God, he just got eaten by a wampa. So there goes that. But listen.
And look, I see two guys right over there.
Well, we are not going to dilly-dally. My name is Eastside Dave McDonald. Of course, you know me. But you also know my fantastic partner, Stanley Mack. Stanley, say hello. Hi.
Hi.
And I'll tell you something else, too. A big shout-out. Because Stanley and I just make 2/3 of the Mack Foundation. I would like to give a special big shout-out to Juliana Mack, who is somewhere out there. Juliana Mack, she has been called the greatest women's wrestler of all time. Better than Charlotte. Better than Alexa Bliss. Better than Lita.
Better than...
Oops, sorry, Stan.
Better than Trish Stratus.
Better than Trish Stratus.
Even better than Chris Jericho. Oh, I forgot. Chris Jericho's not a woman.
That's an excellent point. Chris Jericho is not a woman. Let's do it. Let's get right into it. Speaking of Alexa Bliss, so a big shout out to Juliana Mack.
You know
She's running around, right?
You know I want to start this?
What?
I want to start with Angela's cast.
Okay. On our way to, by the way, though, the entire Mack Foundation, myself, Stanley, and Juliana, will be seeing Spider-Man Homecoming today. Jealous much? And then after we see Spider-Man, we're going to come home, eat some dinner, and then it's Great Balls of Fire. And Stanley wants to do...
Goodness gracious. Great Balls of Fire.
Stanley wants to do Big Cass versus Enzo Amore. Oh, my God, what to do? Enzo and Big Cass split up. Everyone loves Enzo and Big Cass as a tag team, and Big Cass decided to do an epic backstab. He turned heel. He beat up poor little Enzo. He kicked him. He did all kinds. They then the next day or whatever, they pretended like they were partners, and then he beat him up again. He backstabbed him twice in about a week.
I don't think that counts because the second one doesn't count because I think the second one he was just pretending.
No, that's true. That's true. All right, so as a result of the backstab, Big Cass versus Enzo. Stanley, who do you like?
I like Enzo Amore. Because Big Cass is just a whip-off of Enzo.
Now, listen to me. You think that they're going to have Big Cass begin his vaunted WWE single career losing to Enzo Amore?
By the way, I'm rooting for Enzo just because I think Big Cass will whip off of him, but I think Big Cass will win. I think they're going to
So you're rooting for Enzo, but you think your analytical side tells you Big Cass is going to win this.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's fair. So Stanley thinks that Big Cass is going to win, and I am with him on that. I believe Big Cass definitely starts off his solo career squashing Enzo unless there's some sort of run-in, perhaps from the Big Show. Who knows? Who knows? Let's get to the next match. Seth Rollins versus Bray Wyatt. Stanley?
I think should be. We should get the Eater of Worms. I'm rooting for Seth Rollins, but I think the Eater of Worms. The Eater of Words.
The Eater of Worms, ladies and gentlemen. Stanley gave Bray Wyatt a new name. He's the Eater of Worms. Go ahead, Stan.
Okay. Nah, I don't think the Eater of Worms makes you sound cool. I think this makes you sound like a gross person.
Like a gross person? You know who ate worms to keep it into this wrestling thing? Mick Foley. When he was the story.
Man, I'm coming to get you.
That's an excellent old school reference there. The Boogeyman ate worms. But Mick Foley in his book said that when he was like the goalie or something of his high school soccer team, he would eat worms to gross out the other team, which is weird. Who do you like, Bray Wyatt or Seth Rollins?
I think Bray's gonna win, but I'm rooting for Seth.
So you think Bray Wyatt is going to take this? Wow. Now both guys former WWE champions. I agree with you. I think Bray Wyatt wins this match, and I'm going to tell you why. Seth Rollins, fantastic success in pay-per-views, but this is not SummerSlam. This isn't the most important pay-per-view in the world. And I think that if they're going to keep the Seth Rollins success train going, they'll have him win, right, at SummerSlam. But you got to lose eventually. So maybe this is the pay-per-view where Seth Rollins loses. That's why I'm going with Bray Wyatt as well.
Seth Rollins loses, but he also was at SummerSlam. Because then that would be a surprise.
If Seth Rollins loses tonight at Great Balls of Fire and loses at SummerSlam?
That could happen, you know why? Because it's SummerSlam and they like to make surprises.
They do. They like to make surprises. All right. That's a good point. So far, we're both on the same side with a lot of these matches. Let's go with Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman in a That was an ambulance special effect. Some people call me the Michael Winslow of wrestling podcasts. Of course, being that you're only 8 years old, you have no idea who Michael Winslow is, nor have you seen any of the police academies. But anyway.
Yes, I have.
No, you haven't, but go ahead.
Yes, I have. I've seen him. Doesn't he, when Robert's thinking?
What do you think, Stanley? What do you think? Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, ambulance match, who wins?
I think the guy you just said is going to come out and interfere.
Who do we talk about?
The guy you just said that.
Oh, Michael Winslow?
Yeah, I think Michael Winslow will interfere.
I'm not even sure if Michael Winslow is still alive. All right, Stanley, who do you like? Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman.
I'm rooting for Strowman, and I think he's going to win.
Wow! Well, I got news for you. Finally, we disagree. Because Roman Reigns, yes, let the boos rain down from the rafters. Let the anger of the WWE Universe serenade the arena as Roman Reigns defeats Braun Strowman tonight in an ambulance match. I know Braun Strowman's on fire. Everyone loves him.
Because what you said, I'm giving you 50,060 points.
Well, thank you. That was very generous of you. So I have 50,600 points.
I still get mine 50,060 points.
50,060 points. I'm not sure if that's even a number. The next match, Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks for the WWE Raw Women's Championship.
I say.
Oh, he's thinking. I like it when you think. I like it when I see those wheels turning upstairs.
I think
Because,
it
you know.
could be
Oh, he's
the
really.
boss's moment. We got an upset city. We got a new Raw Women's Champion. Her name is what's?
Well, wait a second. Sasha Banks. No, I know what you're saying. But Sasha Banks defeating Alexa Bliss does not strike me as an upset, my friend.
No way, you didn't hear me. You know what I said? The boss will win, and then you know what I said? By saying the boss will have new Women's Champion. He said her name is Alexa Bliss.
I know, I heard that. That was nuts, just like you.
That was a joke. I'm really saying Sasha. I think Sasha's gonna win, but I'm rooting for Alexa Bliss. Is that fine with all you?
Stanley antagonizing the Eastside Dave and Son Wrestling Show audience. Is that fine with you? He said, "Dude,
Cold comes out or something."
Can I say this? Is that fine with you? And your crazy face would be a fantastic T-shirt. And if Vince McMahon is listening, and by the way, I would like to say this to the WWE Network: forget about me, Eastside Dave. I mean, listen, you know, who am I? But the fact that you have yet to hire Stanley Mack to
that's
be
next 6 months, right? Sam should do it.
Well, I'll say this: if you don't hire Stan, what's your name again? Are you Stan or Sam? If you don't hire Stanley Mack,
No, that's not my name. My name is Sam.
if you don't hire Stanley Mack within the next 6 months, there will be hell to pay, and I don't know who I have to talk to. Hello, Sam, but make it happen. Stanley Mack gets on the WWE Network by the end of the year. Otherwise, I'm taking someone to Suplex City. Okay? You can see that as a threat. It's not. It's reality. It's what's going to happen. Now, what I didn't tell people is the person I'm going to take to Suplex City goes by the name Hornswoggle. He's a little person. I can handle that matchup.
Yeah.
All right.
You know what? I'm going to put you, the person that you're going to suplex. His name is The Big Show.
It's The Big Show. And I would like...
And Hans made the drawing even though he passed away, so...
And maybe let's have Jules on the WWE Network as well. That would be nice. Okay.
She should become as a woman's wrestler, and then she should just become the Raw and SmackDown woman, and then she becomes the United States. Oh, you know
that would be good for our faction, the Mac Foundation. If Jules held all those belts, you're gonna have to tell your sister to start training though, because
it was really funny. I was seeing the thing. Roman Reigns, he won the tag team belts by himself. He also won the women's belt.
The women's belt.
Not even the one. And then he became.
This never happened.
And then he became Goldberg's son champion. Like it was a video, and the person was so funny.
Oh, okay. This is like a funny little video thing. I was thinking you were thinking this was real. That Stanley just lost his mind for a second.
And one time, you know what they were saying? Guys, James Ellsworth is the best wrestler. We should call everything James Ellsworth.
I'm sick and tired of James Ellsworth. All right. You're going with Sasha. I don't think Sasha wins tonight. I think Alexa Bliss keeps the belt.
And then they showed the picture. It was like a guy. He's
still harping on this.
This bang James Ellsworth's head on the James Ellsworth, and he falls off the James Ellsworth.
Okay, crazy boy. I'm pretty sure this was some weird hallucination you had in a dream or something. This never happened.
He did a video Mommy Showed Us, and I was laughing my heck. It was so funny.
Okay. Well, I congratulate you for that insane, weird monologue you just gave us. Now, listen, Stan. We have a WWE Intercontinental Championship match here, okay? And I want to hear your prediction. That's right. The Miz versus Dean Ambrose. Don't forget, The Miz not only has Maurice by his side, but his two new bodyguards, Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. So it's going to be very difficult for Dean Ambrose to reclaim the Intercontinental Championship.
It was so funny because remember this moment that the Superman punch was so funny.
Oh my God, he's still talking about that thing?
But, so funny, they were like, he just hit a Superman punch, Mamma Mia.
Okay, can we please?
Okay, that's it, guys. And I say, we should start.
The Miz versus Ambrose.
In the lunatic Miz.
All right, who wins? The Miz versus Dean Ambrose. Go ahead, Crazy. Who do you like? The Miz versus Dean Ambrose.
Okay, I'll say the lunatic Miz.
All right, he's not playing along. All right, I'm gonna go with yes.
The lunatic twins, Dean Ambrose.
Oh, okay, Dean Ambrose, or as Stanley calls him, Dean Ambrose. He adds an N into his name, which is always fun. Yes, Dean Ambrose. I believe you're right. I think Dean Ambrose actually does beat The Miz and reclaims the Intercontinental Championship. I think it's going to be a fun match. I think watch for this match. I tell you what, it's an important match for Dean Ambrose. I don't know what it's been a weird year. Think about this. A year ago, Dean Ambrose was the WWE Championship. And then just that weird appearance on the Stone Cold podcast where he was it looked like he was tired, he was elusive, he didn't want to play and have fun. Then we go to the fact that he wasn't even in the proper WrestleMania. He was on the kickoff show. This is an important time for Dean Ambrose. It's pressure time. I think he needs to have a great match. I think he needs to reclaim the Intercontinental belt. I think he'll do both. Watch this to be a show stealer. That's the Dave Man's prediction.
What does he get to the Universal belt?
Well, he could, but not for quite some time. And I'll tell you one thing. That's actually a great point that you just made. Didn't they just have a fatal 5-way or whatever for the Universal Championship? And it was what? It was Samoa Joe, it was Finn Balor, it was Seth Rollins, it was Roman Reigns, it was Bray Wyatt. Dean Ambrose not included. He's not in the top 5 right now on Raw. He's not even in the top 6 or 7 because, then you have Brock Lesnar there. And Braun Strowman was hurt. So, yeah, Dean Ambrose, his stock is dropping rapidly. He needs to get it going here. I like Dean. We met him at iPlay. If people listen to this show on EastsideDaveCountry.com, you can see that on the in the wrestling section, that's where we upload the show, and you can just press play right there. We have a player, and you can listen to the show from there. But if you scroll down, you can see me, Stanley, Julesy Mac, all the people that we've met throughout the years. We're talking your Bret Harts. We're talking your Finn Balor's, your who else? The Flairs, right? Rick and Charlotte. A whole bunch of people are there. But Dean Ambrose was one of them, and I thought he was a nice guy. I root for him, but it's been a rough year, so hopefully he gets it going here. I'm thinking he will win the championship.
I think all of the guys we met, except I put X-Pac is pretty weird in my life.
Yeah, well, we didn't meet X-Pac. I'm not sure he's even allowed near children. Okay, let's go to the next match, which would be Cesaro and Sheamus versus the Hardy Boys. This is a 30-minute Iron Man match, and it is for the WWE Raw Tag Team Championship. Of course, Cesaro and Sheamus are your champions, Stanley.
Cesaro and Sheamus should pick up the 9-win. I think we get the Hardys win.
Ooh, the Hardys win and take back the belts. Now, we were talking about it's been a tough year for Dean Ambrose. It's been maybe the best year of the Hardys' entire career, starting with in Impact Wrestling, the Broken Man Hardy gimmick, going over to winning the belts, coming back at WrestleMania, coming back, so on and so forth.
It's like the opposite.
Exactly.
Is that what you said that?
Exactly.
The Hardy and Cesaro.
So you think the Hardys are gonna win?
The only way you win is by you have to get the most pins or submissions or countouts or DQs by 30 minutes.
And you think the Hardys will take it?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a great prediction because I want it. This is one where I'm playing a little Stanley both sides of the fence ball because I want the Hardys, but they're not going to win this.
I know another good Iron Man match. This is not happening already past because it was in 1997 WrestleMania.
Talk to me.
When we had Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart and an hour-long Iron Man match. That was awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is why I call him the number one wrestling analyst in the world. What other 8-year-old brings up Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart in an hour-long Iron Man match? It's insane that forget about even having Stanley on the WWE Network for one segment. He should have a nightly show. In fact, they should reboot the old Vince McMahon, Johnny Carson talk show that they had and just have Stanley host the whole thing. Would you like that? And then I could be like your Ed McMahon, which was played by, I believe, Lord Alfred Hayes. I could, just sit on the couch and be like, "You got that right, Stan." That kind of thing, I'm good at that. Nope, Stan. Oh, yeah, even better, you could have Jules, your sister, do that. Would you like that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. Oh, see, that's a nice boy right there. See, he loves his sister so much. And you know what? We're going to enjoy the heck out of Spider-Man. We have one last match before we see Spider-Man, ladies and gentlemen. It's Brock Lesnar. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the conqueror, my lord. He broke the Undertaker's streak. You know that strikes a chord. Well, the Undertaker will retire. Not on his own accord. The conqueror marches on.
First of all, what do you mean not on his own accord?
Like not on his own terms. That's what it means.
But I knew it wasn't gonna happen on his own terms.
Paul Heyman was singing that Brock Lesnar was basically putting the Undertaker into retirement rather than the Undertaker deciding for himself, okay, now it's time to stop wrestling. You see my point?
Yeah.
Okay. Brock Lesnar versus Samoa Joe for the WWE Universal Championship. This is a very hot match. I'm telling you, I scope out our competition. Stone Cold's podcast, it's superb. Jim Cornette's podcast, it's superb. Jim Ross's podcast, it's superb. All three guys say this is a match that they've been wanting to see for a long, long time and that they're extremely excited. Well, they're experts. So are you, Stanley Mack. You're an expert. Who do you think will win?
I think Samoa Joe, and then otherwise it's SummerSlam Samoa Joe versus Roman Reigns.
Whoa! Upset City. Samoa Joe beats Brock Lesnar tonight?
I was going to say something about the Hardys thing.
Go for it. We can go back.
I think the Hardys... You know what? Then the Hardys have to lose the match, actually. To have this.
No, the Hardys can win.
Because I was going to say the backstep, but then they have to lose the match.
Oh, I see. Oh, you think the Hardys are going to backstab? I do think a Hardy Boys backstab will happen if they get the rights to the broken Matt Hardy Brother Nero gimmick. But we don't know about that. We don't know if they're going to get that, if they're going to be able to get the rights to that. But let's focus on this Universal Championship. So Brock Lesnar versus Samoa Joe, and you think Samoa Joe is going to win this match?
And then Samoa Joe will fight Roman Reigns at SummerSlam.
Wow. All right. I don't think that as a fan we can lose. I think if Brock Lesnar wins, here's what I want to see. Brock Lesnar, Finn Balor, SummerSlam, make it happen. If Samoa Joe wins, same opponent. Samoa Joe, Finn Balor. We saw them fight at NXT. Every single match that Samoa Joe and Finn Balor had was an epic masterpiece. I don't see why they shouldn't have it on the WWE level. Put them in the ring together. Have them create this amazing feud where it goes over different leagues and all the, it's all over the place. I think everyone would love that, but only now this time it's happening at SummerSlam. So no matter who wins, I think we're in good shape as long as Finn Balor is the opponent. Although I'm not sure if that's going to happen in either case. I don't know. What do you think about that? If Brock, let's play this game before we hang it up. If Brock Lesnar wins, who should Brock Lesnar face at SummerSlam?
Brock should fight.
Or how about this? Give me 2 or 3 guys.
A rematch.
Rematch?
Against Samoa.
Ooh.
Joe.
I'll tell you what. That seems very simple. It's actually a great point. If Brock Lesnar and Samoa Joe put on an absolute masterpiece tonight, they can have a rematch at SummerSlam. I've got no problem with that.
If that does not happen, then it will be Boy maybe, actually.
Brock Lesnar versus Bray Wyatt?
Yeah.
Or Samoa Joe versus Bray Wyatt?
And so I don't think we've had Boy Wyatt against Lesnar. That's why. See my point?
I like that. Brock Lesnar, Bray Wyatt. Stanley, you're high on Bray Wyatt right now.
I really like Boy.
So do I.
I'm a big Boy Wyatt fan.
Tell me, before we wrap it up, give me a couple of guys who people might be surprised that the Stand-Man is a huge fan of.
The Brooklyn Brawler.
The Brooklyn Brawler.
That's a big one.
Stanley just learned about jobbers, apparently. And although, you hear a lot of good things about Brooklyn Brawler behind the scenes, that he's a very influential.
He's not good in the lane.
Well, I mean, wasn't his role.
He was supposed to get caught.
What did The Rock say? The Rock said, know your role, jabroni. Well, he knew his role. He wasn't supposed to win a bunch of matches. All right. Well, that was a great one.
Okay, guys. Well, Eastside David, something less than so, but at the ending, I get 5,060 million points.
Oh, Stanley sneaks the victory at the last second. He gave himself 65,000 points. So
55,000 points, but guys, it's over.
All right. Stan wins again. All right. Big shout out again to the third member of the Mac Foundation, Juliana Mac, as me, Jules, and Stanley now head to see Spider-Man Homecoming. Enjoy Great Balls of Fire tonight, everybody. We'll see you later. And that's me, Midnight Rider 2, saying good night from the highest of treetops to the bottom of the canyon. The Midnight Rider says, arrivederci, daddy. Hee-haw!
You're the Midnight Rider.
I'm not the Midnight Rider.
You just said the Midnight Rider says.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Good night.